anything?
Yes. I need everyone's attention. I need everyone's attention and then I'll stop.
Are you not coming in? Alright, اقصدهم man.
Oh, not this guy, man. Brother.
Allowed. Okay. Is it on?
Louder, man. Louder.
Say your speech.
My Somali brother.
So, hey guys, thanks for everyone for joining us.
That's alright, come here.
Thanks for everyone for joining us. We've been having some very fruitful discussions for the last few hours, and you know, as youth, we've come to some sort of conclusion where we feel the future for Somalia
Camera's not going to be in the
belongs
face.
to the youth. And a lot of us have had very good positive recommendations of what we feel our government currently should be doing. We've had ideas where we wanted to share. So it's only fair to say, I think after today, that there should be a speaker's corner related to Somali affairs and Somali issues. We will be here every Sundays, and I'm going to give it over to Evala. And he's going to introduce everything and we're going to take it from there. So it's basically, you know, I think the motto is, you know, not for the few, but for the many. My brother.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ummad Somaliyat, Daman Malakistan Joktan, one idin salamaya. And today is another episode of Somali Corner. We've got brothers from Banadir, brothers from Butlan, you know what I mean, and brothers from all over Somalia like me, right? Anyways, long story short, what I'm saying is that we've had a very fruitful discussion about Somalia when it comes to commonwealth, like sharing wealth, army, unity, stateship, and all this stuff. So inshallah, I'm going to pass it on to...
Carry on.
Yeah, so that's the point, because as we know, there's been a lot of division in Somalia. We've got different states, but as we have recorded the past conversation on a phone camera. Hopefully it's going to be on the Somali Corner channel. But as we speak, right now we're going to be speaking about Somali states. As we have a lot of division, each state hold their own flag, they have their own little mini president, so on and so forth. So we want to know, how would this benefit the Somali people? When we come to the Western world, for example in America, you have the United States of America, and then you have, in the UK, you have the United Kingdom of Great Britain, thank you. So now, the reason why they are united is because back in the days, there were different states, they came together, right? Each state, for example, Scotland, they have their own, what should I say, their own laws, their own thing, going on their own flag, but yet they are part of Great Britain, and like the only thing that's great about this Great Britain is the unity of armies and currency, right? They have one army and one currency. The same thing could be for the Somali people. We have our own states. We have our own, what should I say, flags, our own armies, like mini armies, all that kind of stuff. You can have that. You can have all you have. You can have your land. You can have your states. You can have your flags, right? As long as we have one currency that will benefit the whole state and one army that would, because look, power of a nation is in the army. Am I lying? It's in the army, right? If you have a big army, then you have what? A very strong state, what's it called? Safe country. You understand? Long story short, we are trying to speak about the United States of Somalia. Who's gonna go next? My brother, come here. Come through.
He's still anyway.
Come through, yeah, he's still here.
So you agree with it, yeah?
Yeah, bro.
All the points.
So who wants to add something to that? Why are you all quiet when the camera's there, bro?
No, because we spoke about everything. I'm trying to find. We agreed on so many points.
Yeah.
So basically we've had a lot of recommendations, and as youth we've come to some sort of agreement where everyone's going to have their own state. and that's confirmed. So everyone in different regions is going to have their own state. They're going to have their own government. They're going to govern how they want to govern.
The abolishment of the 4.5 system.
Yeah, we're going to demolish that 4.5 system. Then secondly, what we will do after that, once everyone has their own state, we'll have one army and one currency. We're going to give the currency, people in finance roles is going to be based on merit, rather than a tribal recommendation or what. So
we all agree on a Banadiri state, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. Everyone's going to have their own state. Everyone's going to do things how it should be done. Then I think after we sorted out the money in the government, the army, we need to look at external influences.
Also, we need to have a central government. That's more important. A central government.
And then we're going to look at external influences that have been coming into Somalia. Do they need to operate? Can they cooperate with us? Do they need to be there? Do we need to have tanks there from UAE, from the Middle East?
I think we do need, for example, look. If
allies is different. Allies is a different political game, innit?
Yeah.
But I think leaders from all the regions, if they come together, once everyone's established, we can see who's at threat, who needs an ally closer to there. The Banadiri might say, you know what, man, I need the Mauritians out here because they bring me so much security, because they provide the best submarines. And he's entitled to that. But with the consultation
of the other member states.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Of course, why not, bro? It is what it is, man. Man, it's whoever pays the best, man. That's what it is.
So when are we gonna have the big court day, the day of justice?
The day of justice.
The day of justice has to come.
The day of justice will come and everybody gets off their backsides, whether you're in London, Liverpool, Manchester, Birmingham. Get up and do something. Let's chuck out the Qabil. Let's bring ourselves up. Let's treat others like second-class citizens. Let's treat ourselves equally.
And Jererwene, we need to put these names
everyone,
in there.
forget these flags and everything.
Let's start fresh,
as
new
one.
slate. But
I agree.
we can't start fresh.
But I'm not
It's
gonna lie to
already
you.
somewhere. We can't start fresh.
You can't stop it.
You can't stop.
The moment justice.
If you go to a barber shop, you might say, you know what, I love my afro. But the barber who's the best barber might say, listen, trust me, I got this. I got the machines, I got the razor. You might be scared, but once he chops you up, you're gonna love
Who's the barber though in the situation?
See, that's what your concern is. And I'm telling you, don't worry about that.
No, but who's the
Why
barber?
do you need to know where he's from?
No,
Why
no,
do you
no,
need to know what postcode he's from?
No, he should be a Somali.
Because it means a lot to him, innit?
Okay,
It does, but
He
I
used to be a
respect that.
Somali guy from his tribe or something.
No, it's not about my tribe. He has to be Somali. He could be a Banadiri if he wants. But who is the one doing the changes? Is it a foreigner or is it just Somalis?
The one who has the best reputation.
The
one that we trust.
Who's
the
gonna
most.
do? No. Who's gonna do the? Who's gonna do the changes? The new Somalia, for example.
This is what happens.
All the energies that we got today.
That's cool.
Barwani
Today-
people.
Today,
Barwani people.
Today we've been speaking so long, it's been peaceful, no fighting, and we've come to a lot of agreements. Obviously, this is how politics work. There's been a lot of setbacks. This guy wasn't nudging for 2 hours. You came in and you were like, you know what, I don't accept none of this ideology. This guy was like, everyone had it, but I think we've come a long way. But I've enjoyed the energy vibes, the positivity. I think we should all positively work together, man. You're head of that state. Brother, you said you wanted that. You run the show.
I'm a strong believer in Abinadis.
Yeah, then you run it, then, and you run what you need to, and you need to run what you do.
I believe in different states, and
we
everyone
can
trades
come
amongst the
together.
trade. And
We can come together every week, every fortnight, and see what the deal is.
The thing with you know Ethiopia, right? You have different states, Oromo state, Amhara state, and all these kind of different states, right? And they have formed, like they have different flags. Basically, Ethiopia is a little United States as well. You understand? But Somalis, you have to do something like that, right? You can hold your own flag, Somaliland flag, Woodland flags, but we should have a central government, right? And we should have
one place where the money is financed.
Exactly. And when it comes to
And,
the flag,
and the person financing the money is nothing to do with what's happened in the past.
I know what you're saying. You're talking about devolution. You're trying to say not all the power of the country should not be given to a certain person should not control all the wealth of the country.
Yeah.
Break
I mean, the
up.
power.
Yeah.
You should split it up.
Distribute.
No,
yeah,
but
that's
That's
what
what
I'm
I
saying.
say. Let one group control the money. Let another
But
control the
in
money.
that way, that can be stopped. Because if you have a 24-hour system, for example, where the money that's made on the same day it's processed out.
Okay.
That stops money from sitting within that area. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
So the 24-hour system would make sure that every region gets that money that's made on that day.
But I want every region to make money. That's how I think. I want every region to make money, and then for that region to get taxed, and then we distribute it to places where the money is needed more. That's how I think.
Guys, my vision of Somalia is exactly the same vision as yours, because we beginning when we came together earlier, we disagreed on a lot of things, but we've agreed on a lot of things. The way I see the future of Somalia is all these external influences need to be out. Then we will be able to govern within ourselves.
Exactly.
That's it.
Apart from Turkey and
No,
Qatar.
yeah, no.
We need them.
No,
We
listen.
need them. We
Why
need
don't
them.
we
We
need
need
them?
them.
Why?
Listen,
I'll tell you.
But why
Let's speak,
though?
let's speak,
Listen,
let's
listen.
speak. I'll tell you.
Forget
I'll tell you.
Turkey, thank you very much.
Bye-bye, your time is up.
I think your job stops
That's
here.
it.
Qatar, thank
Exactly.
you
If he's
very
the
much.
engineer,
Yeah,
listen. If the Turkish is the engineer, I'll find a Somali engineer 10 times better than the Turkish
Exactly.
engineer, man. Come on, bro. Who's studying the UCL who'll do a better job.
Exactly. Exactly.
doesn't matter.
Turkey, thank you very much. I appreciate the help, everything.
No, I'm just saying-
but I think Somalis need to stand up and do their own thing.
Do their own
now.
thing.
Yeah. It
their
doesn't
own
make
country.
sense for a country to take the
Enough is
more
enough.
a
Let me tell you
strategic place in
something.
Mogadishu.
The whole of the
whole
airport,
coastline.
the whole of the airport is controlled by the Turkish.
What
Bye,
about
bye, bye.
what about the
Why?
embassy?
Bye-bye.
What about
Because
the
they built
embassy?
it.
What about
They
the
built
embassy?
it.
Embassy.
What about
They
the
built
embassy?
it.
The acre of land they took.
Yeah, but look at all those jobs. You know all those jobs
Brother,
in
we're giving the money back to them. Once we take the power and
Arta,
everyone's
what-
jobs are
listen,
needed by
listen,
Somali
by the way,
people.
by the way,
Somali people.
listen. By the way, listen. By the way, give respect where it's due. They've done a lot for us.
No, we will.
They made us
Listen,
go
listen,
take a
we'll
step
have
in
a
the right
nice closing
direction.
party.
You
We'll
understand?
have a nice closing
What?
party. We'll go to the nicest
Wait,
beach in
whoever holds
Somalia.
this- whoever
and we'll
holds
do
this
a-
speaks.
We'll do a 5-star.
If you hold it, you speak.
Listen, don't get me wrong. Credit is where it's due. The Turkish have done a lot. But you know what's real? This is still a form of slavery.
How?
I won't go that far.
No,
Listen,
no.
I agree with him. You know why?
Why from a slavery?
No, not form of slavery.
No.
Sooner or later,
Maybe-
when the
Maybe
Ummah
my use
goes
of word
down,
is not
we're gonna
right,
have
but I
an
mean
empire
a
there.
form of.
Yeah, I know.
capitalism.
We're relying on them too
What's
much.
the Turkish army
I
called?
get what you're saying.
What's the Turkish army called back in the days?
Soon what's
Sultanate.
going to happen? All the
Ottoman
infrastructure.
Sultanate.
Ottoman Empire.
Exactly, all the
That's why they
infrastructure is
took
going
that,
to be
they took
Turkish.
that region.
Because look, every
Bruv,
control-
I don't want no one to be in our
That's
region
it.
apart from
No, no,
us.
that's why they took
Everyone's
it.
That's
going
the
out.
highest form of sovereignty.
Everyone's going out.
That's
Everyone's
my point.
going out.
That's my point. We
Yeah,
agree, bro. I agree.
The
Everybody out, we
UAEs,
control
the
it.
UAEs, the Saudis, the Qataris. The
No, how about this? We
How much did you buy this for? Here's a check.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you
give
so
the
much. You have 1 week to leave. If
You
you
have-
don't
you
leave,
have that money.
if you don't,
No, but you
yeah,
need peace
if we
to
all
make that
come
money.
together, we will have the money.
About
Yeah.
who are you talking about?
Somalia.
Okay, what's going to happen to Somalia?
listen, we came up with a plan.
They don't want
Yeah.
foreign
Bringing
influence.
everyone together.
They don't want no foreign influence.
Yeah, foreign aid.
For you not to need, the aid is a bit important.
The what, sorry?
The aid.
No, it's
is
not important.
No, I'm saying it is important to cut it out.
Yeah.
To cut it out.
Why?
And this is one of the one of the good things that the President of America, Donald Trump, has done. He has cut the aid that given to Africa. He cut it. Why
If
do
you're
I need
speaking,
that?
you're holding it.
Oh, okay. He cut it half because with aid, a lot of people believe that aid is to help.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not help.
to make
It is
independent.
to power and for you to keep on paying. It's like a loan.
Payback.
So
No more
for,
aid.
Now, for you to say no more aid in Somalia,
Yeah.
you need to have sufficient stuff to provide.
We have it.
Until we have it.
Well,
We
we
have
need
it.
to prove that.
I'll show you.
The proof
We
is
need
in the
to prove
pudding.
that.
We have the biggest
so-
coastal line in the whole of Africa.
The most
That's
fertile
why
agricultural
fish at the
land, we have
moment is in
rivers.
Iceland, it's in Waitrose, but there's no
That's
Somali
understandable.
support.
But when we're gonna start? When we're gonna start doing this?
When you're ready.
When I am ready. No, I have more other fish to fry in Gambia. I've got more other fish to fry in St. Lucia. I've got more other fish to fry where I've got my people, where I've got to help first. So you and your people need to get together first and deal with it. And when other people see that, then they're gonna put a hand. Don't just come in the back and talk. It's only for talking. Deal with it, let people see, and then you're gonna get help. You need to organize yourself first, and then people gonna organize you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You need to do that. That's
To be,
important. Not me.
I'll answer that question.
I'm not Somalian. I'm African, but I was not born in Somalia. I was born in a place that they need help.
They're
So
Gambian.
I need to give them help. No, my wife is Gambian.
Oh, the wife is
My wife is Gambian. So we need to help those people first,
That's a good-
and then whatever left, I'm going to help Somalia, because charities begins at home.
No problem. Okay, for Somalia to reach a point where it could be fully independent,
Yeah.
where it's not relying on international aid, it has to feed itself, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Very
So what we're
important.
gonna
Wait. What is preventing Somalia from feeding itself? That's the question that we need to.
Good.
Education. There's this famous Chinese philosophy
That's it.
that says, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime.
But Somalis knew how to fish and to eat prior to that. Give me
I'll tell you-
Why
I'll
they're
tell
still
you-
in this problem?
I'll tell you how.
Why?
I'll tell you
Why?
Why can't we
Because
feed
of foreign.
ourselves?
Well, how can you kick the foreigner? Because you have ministers, the president, all of them are corrupt.
They're selling it.
All of them are corrupt. How are you going to get this corruption down?
One sec, can I say something?
How are you going to do that?
What you do, you chop the head of the snake first.
Well, do that. You've got to do that. Revolution.
Are you coming?
No, I'm not. I'm
the
in
one-
Gambia.
I'm the one holding this here. I'm the
Go
one
ahead.
speaking right now. Now, let's be honest, right? You need to know who's your friend.
Yeah.
If you're a government, you need to have a close friend whatsoever. UK, they have a close friend. We don't know who it is. I don't know personally. You can tell, but obviously, every government have close friends.
I know who they are close with now. The African leaders, the puppets.
Yes.
The puppets. That's their friend.
Okay.
Yeah, the ones that they can give salary
Yeah,
to.
forget that. We're talking
the
about
ones they can't
we're
give
talking
salary
about-
to.
We're talking about national.
Because listen, the
Okay,
ones
let
they
me-
can't give salary to, sorry my brother, the ones they can't give salary to, what happens? They die in their own street, man. And people YouTubing them, man, even though they were multi.
But let's go back to feeding ourselves,
Wait,
innit? Because that was a very,
I'll
very
come
good
back to
point,
that.
innit?
Because
What's preventing
what
us
has
from
to- what
feeding
has to-
ourselves?
What has to?
We're going to go back to this point.
We're gonna hold that point. That's a very important point. What I'm trying to say is that, for example, we're saying we need to get rid of these foreigners.
Yeah.
We're gonna feed ourselves. We're gonna get back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, every nation, they have their own friend, national friend,
100%.
right? That they're close to,
Yeah.
they trust,
Ally, yeah.
they work with.
Ally. It's ally,
It's
as well.
ally, whatever it is, right?
Yemen is ours, by the way. You
Now-
gotta be real with it.
No, Yemen's not.
Yemen is like the closest
Yeah,
allies to
Yemen-
Somalis.
Yemen's
We
not.
are the they are close
Listen,
allies.
My dear, listen.
Who's it? Ethiopia?
I'm the one
You know what he
speaking.
said?
I'm the one
You know what he said?
speaking.
What?
Turkey and
I'm the one
Qatar.
speaking. I'm the one speaking right now. Can I finish speaking? I'm
go,
the
go,
guy.
go, go,
I've
go.
got the mic.
Go,
I've
go,
been
go.
saying my points since now.
Go on,
Please
go
let
on.
me finish.
Go on, go on.
I've given you your time because when you're speaking, I'm not the one interrupting.
Go on, go on.
Please. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now listen to this. We have close friends and we have allies. Yemen has done nothing for the Somali people.
I don't believe that.
I
Carry
disagree
on.
with that.
No, we can disagree if you want. We'll get to that. But coming back to the point, our closest allies. Let's exclude Qatar for a minute. Our closest allies today is Turkey. The reason why I would say Turkey is simply because number one, they have trained all the army that we have today in Somalia. The ones that are kicking out the 70% of Al-Shabaab from different regions, it was trained by who? By Turkey. If you are a Somali and you're from Somalia and you need a hospital, you go to Turkey. You don't even need a visa.
Medication.
Yeah, you
Turkish French shop.
you get me? Look,
Oh, that's where
if
he
you
got
got
from.
if you need medicine, it's free for you in Turkey.
Let's talk about
But let me-
feeding
let me
ourselves.
finish,
Let's talk about
let
being
me
independent.
finish. Let me finish,
No,
bro.
you diverted.
I haven't diverted. Coming back to the point, we cannot get rid of Turkey because Turkey, not only today, Turkey was in help of us even back in history. If you go back to the 13th century,
Yeah.
they were helping us. You understand? So Turkey is not just a friend, it's not just an ally, it's a brother. Now coming back to whether you like it or not, coming back to Qatar, we have done Qatar a favor, right? And the favor that we've done for
Saudi
Qatar,
Arabian blockade,
they
yeah.
have, yeah, exactly. The fact that we've done them a favor, they have befriended us and we have befriended them. The ally, what's it called? The situation of Qatar and Somalia is consisted of friendship, allies, and a political interest. We cannot get rid of that.
What about that money,
Right?
though? What
Let's
about
be
the money?
smart. Let's
that
be
£5
smart.
million that was found in
That's
corruption money. I remember. Do you remember about that?
Yeah,
but
It
who
was
did
sent
it?
from Qatar or something.
It wasn't
No,
from
no,
Qatar.
UAE.
It was
What about that? You said they're your friends.
Yeah, well, I
But
don't say
they're
UAE.
adding to
listen,
corruption.
I'm not saying UAE. How
Listen,
they're the
listen,
same.
listen,
There is Emirates, right? And there is Qatar, there's Saudi Arabia. Know the difference. When it comes to Saudi Arabia, Emirates, and these people, they are the enemies of Somalian state.
Do you agree that
You understand?
Somalia should take
Some of the
positions?
biggest military. stations all around.
Who? Emirates.
Emirates.
But we
tanks. They got all of this.
Listen,
have you
good
seen
question.
Emirates? Emirates are not in Somalia anymore. We got
Listen,
kicked them out. The only influence they have right now is Somaliland, a little bit of influence in Puntland,
Listen.
and that's going to be stopped soon.
Yeah, but see those little influences, have a big impact
on,
on
who
our
says it,
politicians and their mindset.
my
That's the
point-
bit that you don't
listen.
understand. When Qatar supports Somaliland, the government of Mogadishu says, no, but we're the government. You can't be talking to them. Come talk to us. Those little things have a big impact.
Wallahi,
A
you
big
guys don't
impact. You
understand.
don't understand.
Listen, you have to take everyone out or no one out.
Yeah,
What do you
man.
have? What do you
Listen,
have?
wait.
But Aki, what do you have though?
We have
You have to-
everything.
You have to
my
pick
brother,
and choose.
Listen, my brother, you're speaking as a personal influence. Like my family members in the government, and like the Turks have helped my personal life.
It's
and
not my personal life.
Brother,
Somali.
forget Turkey.
I'm
Khalas.
not
No,
pro
to
Somali.
be independent, we
Listen,
can't rely
no.
on Turkey.
No, listen.
That's my point.
No one,
Listen,
no
If you
quick
want
one.
independent, you can't rely on
No
Turkey.
Colombia, no Turkey.
You rely on
no one.
yourself.
It's
You rely on
fair. It's the
yourself.
only way.
And your
Listen, quick
sweat.
one, yeah. I'm gonna go.
What's the judgment?
I'm gonna
bro?
go in
You
between.
treat everyone fairly.
Let
Why
him
do you
finish.
stop?
Listen, I'm gonna go in between you two, yeah, and say,
And we have a journalist
get
as well
rid-
behind us. So
Listen.
make sure you smile for the camera.
listen. What I'm saying to
think
you
it's,
is, don't get rid of Turkey straight
Guardian.
away.
Yeah, you have a transition
Slowly,
period.
slowly.
Yeah, it's called a transition period.
Okay.
You have a 2-year transition period
Yeah, slowly.
until we can feed ourselves. After we can feed ourselves, after we can feed ourselves and we go through the transition period, you say ma'a salama.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
So-
we throw balloons in the air.
Exactly.
Yeah, we did the whole thing.
Barbecue,
But you go through a
the
transition
biggest
period.
coastal line. We'll,
No.
we'll make the best fish for
Yeah,
them.
no problem. We say thank you very
No,
much.
no.
Then I'm gonna take it to my own
For
hands.
example, a 2-year period where we slowly get rid of them.
Yeah, slowly.
But we keep them as allies, but not as much influence.
No.
You gotta be clever. Wait, I'll tell you why. You will need them in case anything happens. One thing, yeah?
Yeah, allies
Number
have
two,
everyone,
man.
number
Yeah.
two,
Tawakkal ala Allah.
we give the money back when it comes to hospitals and everything they're provided for us.
100%,
Okay?
100%.
Number three, yeah?
that
Let's
was
go
for free
back.
anyways.
Let's go
No,
back.
no, but give it back.
Listen, let's go back to Qatar, yeah? How can Somalia take position as a country that's in poverty for so many years and have the balls to take sides with Qatar? Bullshit. Somalia shouldn't take sides with nobody.
100%.
Fix up
That-
yourself.
You're not in that position.
You're not even in
That's
that
the
position.
worst mistake ever.
You guys
Exactly.
don't understand.
Fix
You know
yourself.
what politics is.
Mistake.
You
No,
understand
forget
politics.
politics.
Forget
Do you understand
lad.
politics?
Fix
Forget
yourself up.
Listen,
No.
I agree with you.
Wallah,
Why are
listen,
you doing another
you're
man's
saying,
move? It's
I
not
tell you
chess.
why.
Listen, it's not chess. Why
You
are
don't
we playing
get
chess
it.
for someone
You're
else?
relying on a man. You should rely.
Wait, can I say something? Can I wait?
Bro, end of story.
Wait, that's a
End
good.
of story.
Why are you
That's
playing
all.
chess for someone else?
Can I just wait?
Can we talk about feeding ourselves and
Yeah,
talk about a
but this,
transition
what
period?
we're
That's
talking
real.
about, what we're talking about right now, we can't think about feeding ourselves if we don't get rid of this topic about allies and all this kind of stuff, right? Now look, I'm not saying that Turkey should have major influence on Somalis. I'm not saying Qatar should do the same. I am saying because of the state we're in, right, we are in a dire need of these two allies.
Temporarily.
Temporarily.
Of course, yeah.
We're gonna have a
But
transition
even
period.
if-
We'll
of
feed
course.
ourselves. We're not gonna rely on them.
Of
And then we
course.
say,
I get your
bye.
point. We need them later on, but not much influence.
Yeah, not much influence.
Cool,
But
that's
the thing is this, even if they leave Somalia, whether you like it or not, they are going to be our allies and we
They're-
cannot cut ties with
They're
them.
not going to
We're
leave
not talking
Somalia.
about
We
cutting
cannot-
They're
ties.
going to leave Somalia.
We're
They're
talking
gonna
about
have
being an
embassies there.
independent country that can look after itself.
Guys, let's be real.
come on,
okay?
man.
We're not in the government at all. We don't know what under the table deals have been signed.
We don't know.
You're
True.
telling me temporarily there could be 100-year
Contract.
that's gone on.
Well-
there could have been ammunition involved. Relax, and let's have a better plan. I think at the moment is, the Chinese philosophy: give a man a fish for a day, you feed him for a day. Teach a man how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. What we need to do is we need to get the educational system in Somalia up to scratch. It needs to be
Very simple.
To
feed
at the
ourselves,
level,
to
at the level of our neighbours, Kenya.
To feed ourselves, we need to give the agricultural lands to the Jareerwene back. The lands that have been stolen have to be given back. The reason why we can't feed ourselves is of the occupation of Jareerwene's land. You have to be honest. You have to be real. Why are we going through droughts?
Yeah. No, but also,
Why are we going through droughts?
No, but also,
Why?
look.
You have to give these people
Now
land
look.
back.
Now let's talk the
We
real.
rely on them a lot.
Okay,
Wallahi, you
let's-
have to be real.
Okay,
we
let's-
rely on them a lot.
Listen. Let's get to the interesting part. Now.
That's very true.
Let's get to the interesting part. Everyone's starting to eat now. Everyone's out. What do we do from there?
after the country can feed itself.
Yeah, transition period has just finished.
How are you going to feed the country first? Huh?
Exactly.
How are you going to feed the country first?
Exactly.
I told you.
Go on.
I told you, give the lands back. Okay, what do you
No,
okay,
that's
What do you
personal.
want lands back?
No, but
How
what
are
do
you
you
going to get
need?
rid of poverty?
Poverty. You have to obviously grow food grow your own food.
Okay.
Do you have the equipment?
Water.
Do you have the equipment?
You have your ocean.
you have the
What more do you
equipment?
want? You have gold.
You got the
Coastal
biggest
You have oil.
You got the
Coastal
biggest
line had
weapon.
been sold, you know?
You got the biggest weapon, oil. Why not extract your own oil and
Gas,
get rid
actually,
of
we
that
got gas.
Dutch company that's there? trying to extract the oil?
Listen. This region here used to feed itself before we had
Exactly,
oil.
that's what
Let's
I'm
get to
trying to
this
tell you,
stage first, then we can talk about oil. We are at a corrupt stage for us to be even thinking about oil. Right now, you want to talk oil? What you want, $1 billion? Billion? You're gonna get robbed. I don't trust no one. We're not at that level.
Yeah.
We have to go back to what we know. Go back to our
Fishing,
agricultural land.
Fishing, agriculture.
Let's start planting
maize,
our rivers.
literally.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Build those companies, factories, and so on and so
Okay,
forth.
so
That's what we need to think about.
what is your message for all of the youngsters on Twitter, for example, creating all of these Somali issues? What's your message to them?
What do you mean by creating Somali issues? What kind
Like,
of
for
issue?
example, you know the issue you were talking about earlier on hashtag whatever it was, or hashtag Somaliland, or blah, blah, blah.
Mogadishu أنا خاله.
Yeah, let's put that to one side, come together and unite as one. Forget this Twitter beef, yo. That's one of the main reasons why I had to log out of there. Because it's getting too political, you get me?
I don't know what to say in it, but people need to know the truth in it. That's all I can say in it. Stop Somalitizing everything, accept people for who they are, live and let live in it. What more can I say?
I think the best way to put it personally is like, you know, we're trying to create an environment where no one judges no one. We've accepted everyone's viewpoint eventually, and we're always looking for expertise, people's advice, people's new ideas, and you know, just like how a political group in London, without naming them, says not for the many, not for the few, but for
Before
the
the many, I respect that. Who's next? Khalid, go back on it.
Come back to feeding ourselves. Now that's where we need to get back to. For us to feed ourselves, number one, what we need is a stable government. If we don't have a stable government where we all agree on a common interest,
government is going. We're starting a new government.
You know, we went past that, but I understand what you're saying.
How are you gonna?
We're going to go to the region there and pick one or two based on merit. We're going to go there, pick one or two based on merit. Go
But don't
there,
you get it? When it's a federal state,
That's it.
the federal state is in control of its land and the production.
That's how-
That land will have something else. That state will have something else, and you trade amongst yourself. And everyone is reliant on everyone.
Yeah,
You
I
understand? And
agree
you
with that.
distribute the wealth through
Exactly.
the trade.
That's how we
good.
do it.
That's good. We already have that. But we already have that.
We cannot have the current government operating at all.
Yeah.
Because
I
this-
disagree. I disagree.
Exactly.
No, no, no.
Because
What
why?
do you know? What do you know about the current? Tell me. What
Brother,
do you
you
know?
keep telling me
But
this
tell
as
me,
if
what do you
you're-
know?
you're
What do I know?
advocating
They haven't
for it.
abolished
Your
the-
family
Listen,
members,
listen,
they have to go.
you don't know.
They haven't abolished the 4.5 system.
Exactly.
That's
They
one
haven't
right there. They
abolished
can
the
do it.
4.5 system.
Listen, the new current government, they have spoken about. Okay, let me
Do you
finish.
know
Don't interrupt.
that your
Don't
family members-
interrupt.
This is what I'm trying to
Just
say.
forget my family
University
members.
TV.
Speaking for them like you're
I'm not.
indirectly
This
you're
is-
involved in the
this is the
government
thing with the
yourself. Are they
Somalis.
paying you?
This is the
Are
thing.
you on their paycheck?
Because
I'm worried, man.
Astaghfirullah.
You start.
All right. Can I finish?
You don't want me
Can
to
I-
get a haircut. You don't want to get a haircut. Then we're in trouble then.
Can I finish?
The bird's gonna shit.
Brother,
all
can I
over my
finish?
head.
What's your name again? What Muhammad?
You know what I mean, brother? Summer's coming. Let's start fresh.
Summer
Summer 19 is out
All right,
here,
can I
don't worry.
finish? Can I finish? The question that you need to be asked is that, first of all, I don't work for the government.
I
right?
hope not.
Forget that conspiracy
Fingers
theory.
crossed. Okay.
Number
so
one.
I can turn off this iPad. It's not recording. Perfect. Sorry, carry on.
It's my Somali brothers, man. Wallahi, yeah, crazy people. But anyway, what I'm saying is this, yeah. At the end of the day, we, for example, I think earlier you told me you don't watch the news.
On purpose, yeah. I
Okay,
choose
you
not
don't have any idea on
to.
what's
Me,
going
I
on
follow
in
when
Somalia.
I like to follow things. It's just a form of brainwashing.
That's good for you.
I'm on the same page
Now-
as him. I don't watch
Now-
any
I don't
shit
watch it
for
as
you.
well.
No,
They're a lie. The whole thing is
Now,
live,
look.
and they want you to know what they
Look.
want you to know, innit?
Look,
That's what I can say.
for you to say we're gonna get rid of this government, you have to have points and say they have done this and they have done that. That's what you're gonna get rid
I'll
of.
tell you
I
one
already
point.
told
I'll
you.
tell you one
What?
point. I'll tell you one
years,
point.
and they haven't abolished the
One second,
4.5
one
I'll tell you
system.
one
Now,
point. They haven't done enough.
That would be the biggest change.
one by one, you tell me why we should change
I'll
the
tell you
government.
one. They haven't done enough.
Like what?
They haven't done enough.
Haven't done
Okay.
Get rid of the
you're-
system,
so you're
poverty,
telling me,
everything. They haven't
Yeah.
done
so
enough.
you're telling me a new government can get rid of everything in 2 years.
Yes.
I'll tell you how.
You can do it in one night if you're on
The
it.
state system. Listen.
Wallahi
Listen.
billah.
You can do it in one night if you want it.
We do a whole Netflix series, bro. This guy goes to his state. This guy goes to his
Okay,
state.
let me
You go
see-
to
let
your
me reply to
state.
him.
We win over the people.
One
We
sec.
get elected.
What are they
Run
gonna
the
do?
thing.
What are they
Team
gonna
black.
do? First of all,
I'm with it.
it's impossible.
I want to know what the 4.5 system is.
4.5 system. She wants
Okay,
in your
I'll tell you in a
I'll
bit.
tell you what, it's
I'll
a
tell you,
form of
I'm
structural
the-
racism. It's a form of first class. You have people
Minority, majority. That's what it is.
No.
I don't want to interrupt you. You're
That's
in
right,
my
that's
club.
right, that's
No.
right, that's right. What I'm trying to say,
Structural racism.
now, let's get back to the situation, yeah? The new government, right?
Guys, can we
First of
move
all,
out to bring other
Somalis,
people in as well?
yeah, Somalis,
A lot of people are coming.
we need to
Madam,
understand.
come in now.
Yeah,
you
come
can
in
fit
as well.
there.
You
I'm
see,
just listening.
yeah, Somalis, as Somali people, we have major enemies who are 24/7 on constant move to interfere with the Somali government and the Somali prosperity. You understand? We all agree on this. We have Al-Shabaab, we have Emirates, we have Saudi Arabia, we have, what's it called, Ethiopia, Kenya. Not Qatar, man. Not Qatar. Qatar has not, they haven't-
Qatar is part of the problem.
But
they're
Qatar,
not.
can I say one
We'll
thing?
get back to that. Please,
Can I say one thing?
Please let me finish, Abu Wahid. Let me finish.
He said
Now,
don't flow, don't stop.
so now, look, what I'm trying to say is that we have so much enemies, always 24/7 trying to bring you down, right? For you to say a Somali government has been on the seat for 2 years, they have to change or have major influence on everything, fight the enemies, all of the influences, the major like Kenya, Ethiopia, Qatar, or whatever it is. It's impossible, right? Because the people, look, the people are divided. One second, let me finish.
I disagree.
The people are divided. Number one. Number two, right? Look, the new government, you tell me if they haven't done anything. You tell me. 2 years. It was impossible for the previous people that was ruling Somalia not to do what this new government has done. Look,
No, I
the
agree.
Somali airspace.
I agree.
I
agree.
Let me finish. The Somali airspace was controlled in Kenya, right? The Somali port was not under your control. All now is under Somali control. Number one, Ethiopia, any foreign influences is forbidden. Before, Ethiopia, Kenya, all these people had major influence on you guys, like paying your state controllers here and there, like they had Banadiris, Puntlanders, Somalilanders, going to them every day, signing them papers. Now, state leaders are doing that, going to foreign countries, selling your own shit. Now, what the Somali government said that they have told the foreign countries, no state leader can come to you from my country without the central government permission.
No problem.
That is far ahead.
Let me ask you one
We've got the
question.
Somali airlines coming back. We've got armies who got rid of 70% of the Al-Shabaab.
Somali
Now,
government cannot
what have
even
you got?
The
I
Somali
appreciate
government
that.
cannot even unite its own people.
They have done that. Have you
appreciate
seen?
not united.
Have you watched the news today?
Okay, let me ask you a
Have you
question.
guys watched the news today?
If
Who
the
has
Somali,
watched the
if the
news
Somali
today?
government has united
Nobody.
the people, why
They
can't they
went to-
identify who Al-Shabaab
Khaire,
is?
the Prime Minister and the President went to getaway, right? Puntland. Have you seen the people, how happy they were? From the
I
whole
didn't know they
place,
were being forced to be
the
there.
whole, nah.
You don't know that. Propaganda.
Millions of people being forced to be there.
Yeah,
Little
millions.
kids.
Well, only 10 million.
No, I'm
Listen.
talking about thousands.
Hunter, let's
Go
get
away.
this right. They've
Go
done
away.
better than
when you
previous
watch,
people.
When you watch
Yes.
the people, look, it's all about what the people want. Go to Somalia and ask who they want. They'll all tell you nobody knows.
I'm going to ask you a question.
4.5
All right.
system needs to
they
go.
did better than the
All right,
previous
listen,
people.
100%
Your
agree.
recommendation
But not good
seems
enough.
reasonable. Let's be realistic.
And I'm actually willing to consider it. Your proposal, I'm actually willing to negotiate and listen under one condition. And this is what I'll know if this is real or not. The government now who's in Somalia now, are there people from all the different regions, yes or no?
Yes.
Everyone.
Yes.
Is everyone represented?
No.
Is everyone represented, yes
No,
or no?
structural
Can I speak?
racism
Not according-
exists in Somalia.
Exactly.
Can I speak? Look.
We have second-class citizens. I'm one of them.
No. You see, the thing about you guys.
That's deep. In
you know,
Somalia, he's not
wallahi,
considered Somali.
wallahi,
How?
Abu Bila
Shame
Ishega.
on you, man.
Let me tell you something. Listen.
You're taking
Walala,
us
you
out
gave
of-
me the mic. Let me
Say
speak.
no more,
You gave me the mic. Let me speak. Right. In Somalia, I watch all news. Somalilanders,
you watch a lot of news, brother.
Puntlanders.
Yeah.
I don't watch. I'm not
Pick and
tied to. I do everything.
Yeah.
Even I know a lot of Somalia. What's happening in Somalia? I know what's happening. Right. Now come back to the point.
God.
Yeah, we know your free views has a lot of channels.
What has the new government has announced that the current system that they have, i.e. the 4.5 is an injustice system.
When
they
did
want
they-
It's kufr. Under kufr.
a month ago, they
Under
have announced
kufr.
that.
Under kufr.
Let's say it's kufr or non-kufr, whatever it is.
It's kufr, it's
They have
oppressive.
announced, Nabati Nolol has announced that the current system is unfair and we have to change something about it. But people like, the opposers, the people that are controlling Somalia before the new government, they want the current system to go on. The reason why we're not moving forward are people like enemies, like, Hassan Sheikh, the previous president, Fiqi, and his people. They don't want us to move. And the guy that sold half of Somali ocean to Kenyans. See, this guy and these people, they're the ones who want the 4.5 system. They are under constraint. They're not able to move. They've got people coming from right,
Okay, but who's
left,
supporting
center.
these people though?
No, is that they're on the payroll of
Emirates.
of the Emirates of Qatar, of
No, not
Saudis,
Qatar.
and that's what it is.
Qatar specifically supports the
That's what it
government. Qatar specifically supports the government. That's it. They don't support.
But
That's
Farmajo,
why-
listen,
to get
Farmajo,
rid of it.
listen.
Why was
Farmajo got into power because of the 4.5 system. He is part of the
But
problem.
he's trying to
though.
get rid of it.
But he came into power with
To
it.
get him out.
The fact.
I believe personally.
He came into power with it. How can he? Why would he get rid of
What
it?
condition?
Listen, I'll
Let's
tell you
take
the
him out.
condition is.
What condition?
Give me.
Tell me.
Listen to me.
One.
If I'm a leader, of anything, a business, a project, an idea, a country, and something is happening and I just come on the TV and say, you know what guys, sorry, this thing needs to stop. I'm part of the problem. You need to make action emergency. Like,
Thank you. That's a good question.
how many years are you going to give him?
Mufti
Another
Anwar.
4 more years?
No,
You're
no,
gonna
no,
watch
no.
Al Jazeera?
Mufti Anwar. How? Look, when they said this, you know who was there? The ulama. They have invited the Somali ulama from Banadir, Butlan, everywhere. All the Somali ulamas were there. They were all invited.
All right.
And they clearly spoke. Every ulama spoke about the issue being injustice, the
The
system.
ulamas are on the salaries as well.
Akhi, can I finish?
Did they make a change though?
Yeah, the
Word is
The
one
ulama,
Muslim.
we don't the ulama saying. Now, come back to the point. Come
That's a
back.
big claim, what?
Come
That's
back
a
to the
big
point.
claim, what?
Walalo, let me finish. Firi, when you ask a question, I don't interrupt.
But I say
When
a
you're
chunk of them.
speaking,
All right, I take it back.
Abu Firi,
I take it back. A chunk
some
of them.
maybe,
A chunk of them. My bad. My bad. A chunk.
A good majority for nothing to happen basically.
the thing is, when you guys are speaking, I don't speak over you. Wallahi, that's
But
how
you took for long, wallahi.
I know.
It's like 5
You
people.
can take long. You can take long if you want.
No, but have
I've
like
got
2
a lot to
minutes.
say. I've
2
got a lot to
minutes
say.
and pass around.
Now
everyone
we cannot get this in 3 minutes, bro. This is
No,
major.
go on.
You know what I'm saying? So
but
if
pass
you got
around.
something long to say, I'll be quiet till you
spoke
finish.
to the ulama spoke about it.
The ulama spoke about it. They all came together,
But then-
and now they have pinpointed the people who want
Responsible for this.
who want the 4.5 system to be stationary. We know them.
You know who they are now.
We know who they are,
And what
right?
That's the whole government.
Now it's not the whole government.
But Farmajo came up into power with the 4.5
Aki,
system.
look,
No,
we
but now
have
he wants to change it.
we
No, but
have
he came up.
Walalo.
You have to be political sometimes.
We have-
Agree with it in order to win it.
He's on his
change
way
it.
up. On his way up, he should have
Well,
made that the
listen,
first
listen,
thing.
he won't get
Listen,
empowered.
listen.
He won't get
Listen,
empowered. He
forget
said
about
no.
on
No,
his way
khalas
up,
then,
on his
don't
way
go in
down.
power.
No, but that's the
But he
point.
supported the system.
You gotta be political.
Nah, that's not political act. So by being political, you're going to support the injustice system so that you can...
Indirectly and then change it later.
Okay,
That's
no
fine.
problem, no
You
problem.
change the
By the end of
government. You don't want to
Farmajo's
accept it.
period,
Under what
if he
condition?
doesn't change
I
the
told you the
4.5
condition.
system,
This is not the
nothing
condition.
changes.
What condition?
Khalas, you have your
What
answer.
is it?
You can't.
You have your
You need
answer.
to make everyone happy.
How you
the
can't
thing.
make everyone
So
happy?
start fresh.
Can you make Al-Shabaab happy?
Huh?
Go ahead and make Al-Shabaab
Al-Shabaab ain't
happy.
going to be around if,
All right, are you
if there's
gonna
a new
make
government under
All
my
right,
rule.
why don't you make
Because who funds
Aki,
Al-Shabaab?
No problem.
Who funds them?
No problem. No
How
problem.
did they get the latest ammunition
No
and
problem.
weapons in hideout?
No problem.
You know, man,
Who's
They're
gonna
playing
make?
Counter-Strike.
Wait, no
man.
problem.
Counter-Strike.
Aki, do you know about? Look, do you know where the jir?
Huh?
Do you know who the where the jir are? Where the jir? That's a hizbi. That's how do you say hizbi in Somali? Hizbi, yeah?
Sect.
No, hizbi is like Green Party amalu, like a party, like basically political. Yeah, political party. Yeah. Look, you have political parties. Listen, you have political parties like Wadajir, Himila, these people, and these people, and the, what's it called, and the political party
have
of Sheikh
political
Hassan.
agendas.
What they want is the 4.5 system, and they're the ones who are getting Arab money to keep this system because it benefits them personally.
Yeah, but
And
the
the new-
Somalis
well, let me
accepting
finish, please. And the new government, right? They are trying. Look, they are going through suffer every day. There is bombings in what's not every day,
I've
but
seen
they have done.
They'll bomb that.
They have done that. Now the people, these same people, they were forbidden. They were told they cannot have meetings in Mogadishu. The people that I'm talking about, yeah. What they have done? They went to Kenya. They have done their meetings there. They have made a video. They said if you're not gonna correspond on the 4.5. They're sending a message to the government. They said if you don't want to correspond into the 4.5 system, then we are going to take a stand. They are actually saying we want 4.5. Sorry, is it 4.5? Yeah, 4.5. And the government is saying we don't want 4.5. So what I'm saying is this: what condition? If you tell me the government has these issues, we're gonna get rid of it. I don't mind. Tell me the issues. Maybe last time you told me the 4.5 was bad, right? I accepted you. Yeah, you told me that. Yeah. I followed you. I said, brother, you're right. I accepted what you said. Before I had that mentality, 4.5 is right. But when you told me, I said, okay, I'm gonna take it because it was a good idea. You gave me. I should. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that what do we have? What are you gonna tell me that the foreign government has done that we should get rid of it? There is nothing.
Like
Look
the
at
way
what
I
they've done.
see it, it's very simple. The way I see it is Somalia is in the ditch that is in.
The mic, this is the mic, really.
That's the mic.
No, just to.
Yeah, just hold it.
You hold it, but this is the mic.
Somalia is in the
Come close
ditch.
to the mic, innit?
Yeah, but I don't want to show my face.
You was there already.
Basically,
Still
look,
there.
look, Somalia is in the ditch, the ditch is in
It's not.
because most of the time it's because of the governments. Do you know what
It's
I
not.
mean? No, I'm just being real. All I'm
Which
saying,
government?
No, but I'm just
Okay,
saying.
well, like,
look,
all
okay,
the
okay,
previous
go on.
government.
Go on. The minister.
look,
All
I'm
the
just
previous
saying,
government.
I'm just
I'm gonna
saying
listen to
for
you. Yeah,
us,
you're right, you're right.
Look, for us to come
I want
to
to hear you
agreement,
talk, by the way. You
look,
talk.
No, I'm being real. We have to give credit where it's due. Us five spent a couple of hours today speaking. We've agreed on a lot of stuff. For us to finish our process, we need a new government. There needs to be a new Somali government. And brother, whether
But this
you
is a
like
new
it or
government.
not,
You have a new government right now.
brother,
Let him finish.
what are they doing now? All I'm saying is,
Okay, go on.
for the formulas, for the ideas that we had, for the embedment of the people, for everyone to be accepted, for the new life, what we spoke about, there needs to be a new system.
Let's get.
And I just feel the time is now,
Yeah, but how can we feed ourselves, innit? Let's go back in it. Well,
So
we
maybe-
diverted.
so
Wait,
maybe we
wait,
can
those
have
are real
government-
solutions.
So maybe we can have government officials that are currently there now, just for a transition period for like 6-7 months. But then later on, they gotta go, man. We're gonna give out.
Give the power to
job.
the youth.
No, it's not even just the youth. It's based on merit. I'm not gonna judge you because of your tribe. I'm gonna say, look, what's your credentials? Show me your CV. Oh, you work there. Okay. Come and have an interview. I don't care what tribe you're from. You understand? You're running a system. And I need you to be qualified. I don't want to judge you.
Marta, let's get one thing
And I
right.
think that's fair for everyone. Am I right?
Listen, let's get one thing right. The government that's in today,
No, we're gonna
they've
do it
done
then
a
and then.
100% better job than all the previous governments.
Thank you. Thank you.
But listen, is it good enough though? No, it's not good enough.
2 years though.
It's not good
Yeah,
enough.
that's a lot. 2 years.
It's not good
They
enough.
have done.
Listen,
What they have done. What they have done today.
It's more than enough.
In 2 years.
Great, I'll give them another
In
2
2
years
years,
and I'll say pack your bags.
Hold this.
Hold on.
Let's cut deep, yeah?
That's not going to be
Ready?
easy.
Listen,
2 years, I'll double it for them. I'll say
10
bye-bye.
How much are Al-Shabaab?
Huh?
5,000 men.
Yes.
No, right now.
5,000 people, yeah.
Yeah, right now,
5,000 people.
right now, yeah.
How on earth can Somalia not get rid of it?
That's what I'm
2 years you can't get rid of 5,000 men now.
Yeah, but-
Are you having a laugh?
Are you having a
Okay,
laugh?
number
Are you
one.
asking a
Well, like, real.
No.
To the mic. I want the mic to hear it. Well,
Number
mic.
two. Okay, we don't know what agenda Farmajo had. He said to himself, okay, let me use the 4.5 system and then let me change it afterwards because
Yeah.
he might get a revolt. You understand? You start from the inside. You don't cure the disease straight away. You understand?
Okay, go on. We'll see that. We have to see that.
The only time will tell whether he's going to do it or not. If Farmajo does not do it, then he is part of the problem.
He's okay.
Do you agree?
So say again?
If it doesn't
Get rid of the 4.5 by the time he
system,
leaves government.
it's part of the problem. Do you agree? Okay. Number 3, yeah? Qatar. Coming back to Qatar, yeah? We should not ally with them if they have problems with our neighbors.
They don't.
They do.
It is Saudi.
You
Saudi's
ain't
not your
Saudi.
friend.
No.
it's not
We
your
don't
friend.
care about friends. If you got a problem, you're out. You're out. Listen, Somalia is not in a position to befriend
To be
people.
friend, to get into war or
Bro,
anything.
we're not defending anybody. We are using advantages.
Of what?
Look,
Bro,
Qatar
You're
is
playing
a
the
rich
game.
country.
Wallah, you're playing the game.
You
That's
have to
my
be.
point.
But politics is a game.
Brother, look,
But politics
guys,
is a game.
That's what I'm saying. Don't play.
Let me
You have
no,
to.
no,
You're
no.
not ready.
But you
I
have
realize,
to.
I realize.
What's
I realize what he's
game.
doing. I realize.
Politics is a game.
I
you have
clocked
to
on.
play.
I clocked on
Let me
this.
open your eyes, yeah? Where's the Turkish embassy? On the coastline?
Somewhere there.
Okay.
It's in Mogadishu somewhere.
Okay, what are Turkey known for?
What has Turkey done for us?
What are they known for?
Empires.
The empires, yeah?
Exactly.
What they want to do?
Obviously,
They want to have
man.
control.
Their agenda, man.
of
You
the
think a
most
hospital being built
strategic
here
place.
is
That was
Yeah,
enough
be a
for them
good
to
thing,
get
man.
into the
I don't
country.
mind.
Listen, ships that come from Sri Lanka have to go through Somalia.
The airport, they control the whole airport.
The airport, they control
You
it.
don't know what's going out and in.
10 years,
You don't
man,
even
you're gonna
know.
be controlled.
All I'm saying is take control
You're
of
gonna be
it.
clever. Turkey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We give you the money back. Build your embassy, make it smaller.
The question is-
They have Somali
the
engineers,
question
Somali
is- the
doctors.
question is,
Bye
are we
bye.
ready to say that now?
Thank you, Turkey, but no.
2 year
Okay,
transition period.
2 year transition. Slowly we pick them up.
2 years.
I'll say
Turkey's
8
out,
years, I'll say 8
UAE's
years.
out,
Yes,
Qatar is out.
Listen, this guy's saying
Everyone's
the
out.
government, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
You can't
wallahi.
do-
I'll tell you what 8 years. I'll tell you what 8 years, yeah.
What did he say? How many years?
8 years.
No, brother.
No, bro.
You're involved in the government.
You're with the government. It's
Over this
over.
negotiation. You're on the page. Check.
Wallahi, may Allah take me to hell.
No,
if
you
I'm
don't need to
part.
say that. I'm
No,
just
I say
saying
wallahi, 'cause
something's
you
not
are
right.
accusing me.
No, I'm not accusing you. I'm
just-
saying, are you?
I just have
Bro,
to-
I'm not
Yes.
accusing you. I'll never accuse you. I'm saying,
Wallahi,
are you?
I'm not though.
I wouldn't.
Because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
8 years is too much.
I'm a pro-Somali. I know what Somalis need.
But 8 years
I know
is
what
too much.
Somalis need, in my opinion. Can I tell you why I said that? Look,
Look,
I said 2 year transition.
Exactly. What about the political party in this
8
system?
years.
In this country, how many
Okay,
years
so
you
that's
allow?
10 years.
How many years is it
10
here
years.
in this country?
total, yeah.
How many years is it allowed?
You see this?
That's not right.
4 years.
see this?
At least make it 4 years,
I
man.
can
Be
explain,
fair.
I can
Why are
explain.
you doubling it?
Can I explain?
Because you're in London.
Can I explain?
It's 4 years, isn't it?
Can I
What about all
explain?
the people suffering?
Exactly. 4 years in London. I told
Bro,
you, give
you
them
can't
2
even
more
get rid
years.
of Al-Shabaab that are 5,000 people.
Turkey.
8 years, you must
Under
have some
Turkey.
new
2 years, you're gonna
agendas.
get rid of them.
Look, Emirates came to Somalia. They ain't done shit but exploit our minerals.
Yeah.
Saudi came to Somalia. Nothing but exploit our minerals.
Same thing.
Look,
But the Turks,
look,
you love it because you love the kebabs.
China.
What
China
else?
dashed
Can I
waste
finish?
in the
We can
make
ocean.
our own
The
shawarmas.
Great Britain
Hold on,
dashed
I'm
shit.
speaking.
They never
Kenya
even
stolen
used
half
to
the
eat shawarmas
ocean.
before.
Everyone
And
violated
Really,
it.
Akhlas fi yellow. Are we going to
Arabs,
argue?
everyone.
Are we going to argue for the sake of arguing, or we want to get to a point?
No, I'm telling you, what's the point?
Now we're not getting to a point.
We're being violated by everyone.
Reduce 8 years. That's not realistic.
Well, that's
Can I
not
say
easy.
why?
Reduce it.
Can I speak?
2
No,
year
reduce
transition
He's
period.
gone back to everything he
Reduce
said. You
it.
know what I
Do
mean?
that.
It's been
Reduce
ruined.
it, yeah.
Don't ruin the day, man.
Reduce
You
it,
done so
yeah.
well today, man.
Well, I did well. You
Because you
could
came here with
yes,
the beginning with
man.
some crazy views.
Hey,
You know
yes,
what? Don't
man.
ruin
You
it.
mad?
Take a deep breath.
Wallahi, I
Or
would not
give you a
let my
couple of
mum
minutes
root
to
for 8
meditate.
years.
Go over
Yeah.
there.
Can I finish? Can I
Brother,
finish?
2 more years enough, 4 years.
Can I finish?
Just like how it is in the
2 years
UK.
is reasonable.
How you allowing a political group to be in power for
Can
8
I
years?
finish? Can I finish? Please.
Go on.
Because I've made a point. I didn't even finish. You
Go
guys
on,
don't.
hey, go on, go on.
If you don't like the point, just be like, okay, just wait for it.
No,
And
wrap
then
it
say,
up,
"Hey,
wrap
go
it
on,
up,
go on,
wrap it
please. Okay, I said 8 years. Simply because, first of all, to train, for example, right now we have about 20,000 armies, right? And those 20,000 took 2 years to train. You understand?
Anyone can train them, brother.
Please, man. These people, do you know what level they hold in what's it called? Tell me, man. Army power in the world, right? They are number 4. Turkey is number 4 when it comes to army power. Wait, listen. The training they give, Akhi, look. The training they give to the Somali people, right, is what's it called? Professional, right? When it comes to a Somali person who's been a warlord for about a few years, giving training to your soldiers, that is immature, right? It's not. Well, but if you look at the videos
No,
and
but
how they've done.
Listen, but
Akhi,
listen,
you're
no,
not
I get
missing
your
the
point. I get your point.
Hey, yes.
No,
There has to be.
let me say
Come
something.
There has to be a
back to the
Somali
point.
guy.
Let me come
say
back to my point.
Can I say something? All I wanted to say, you're talking about the military, all of this. I'm saying unite the people, and the people identify who the terrorists are. You're saying it's my man. He's doing it. But you're talking about fixing an army in 8 years transition. Unite the people, and wallah, you sorted out 80% of the problem.
And by the way, listen, I don't
80%
care
of
about
the
Turkey. What happened Black Hawk Down? Couple of men came, threw rockets at our helicopter, brought it down. We don't need Turkey to teach us
need
nothing.
no-
We don't need that. Listen, all you do is hold the gun and shoot, fam. That's all you need. I'm 100% sure there's a Somali guy in the British army or the American army. Pinpoint him out, bring him to Somalia.
He's not gonna
and
come
teach
to
him.
Somalia. He's already swore his allegiance to the British.
Bro.
How is he gonna come to you?
Once he
guys,
retires.
guys,
No,
once he
let's
retires.
be
Speak about
let's be
military.
smart.
Listen. Let's,
We don't need.
let's,
The
no, no,
point
guys,
is. The point
guys,
is.
no,
The
guys.
point is.
No, guys.
Quick
Guys.
thing. I'll rock it. Quick thing.
Thank you, yeah.
No, that guy.
Listen,
quickly,
listen, I don't want us to be borderline of us speaking about unnecessary topics.
But this shows-
Let's leave the army stuff.
Yeah, but
because we're not speaking about
Last-
army today
yeah,
at all.
yeah, last
Let's
week.
leave the army stuff. Because it's gonna make out like our views are something nice. You know what I mean? Sorry, man. I love your camera so much.
What? Listen,
That's the whole point.
quick side point.
No, I don't want to show my face.
Quick side point.
What's his name?
All I'm saying
I
is,
don't know, what's your name, bro? Ahmed.
yeah. All I'm saying is, let's cut the army story out.
Is that his name?
Let's leave the army. Let's leave the army
Who's
out.
going to change the army?
Listen, we'll get to the army stuff first, later on.
You don't need an army if you have a united people.
That's what I'm saying, man.
In this country, yeah, if I stabbed you, you got Dan. If I stabbed you right now, what do you think will happen? Is the army gonna come? They got hella people here that press 999.
Exactly.
They'll find me who I am.
Power to the
Surveillance. Why do you need the army?
That's it.
The people are the best.
There'll
form
be a
of
police officer
surveillance.
amongst us. One of us will do assistant arrest on him until the police come. This is how the
Army, you
system
don't
of
need
life
army.
is.
It's a
All I'm
999
saying is,
thing.
let's start a system like that for Somalia, man.
We have
for
that.
people to wake
But,
up and
okay,
use
but
their
the
brain.
point is,
I
do
say
we
we
need
don't
Turkey
need
to
to call
join
it
the army or
444.
not?
No, we have 991.
We need 444.
No.
You don't need Turkey at all. You don't need anyone. You don't need UAE. You don't need Turkey. Huh? You only need Turkey if you're on their payroll. That's it. You only need Turkey.
We only need an army if we're being attacked by a different group of people. Like, we don't need an army. We need the people to unite, to believe. No, in terms of bringing the country together, we just need the people to unite and to respect and to follow the government. That's all we need. We don't need an army. Who are we fighting?
You have enemies, bro.
Who's my enemy?
Kenya,
Everyone.
everyone, Ethiopia, Saudi Arabia.
His
You need
viewpoint,
armies.
his viewpoint of what he's saying is totally right. You know why?
You're on the camera.
Yeah, because you know what he's saying? He's saying is, once this transition period happens,
Yeah.
man, all the enemies are going to be like, the plate is ready now.
Yeah,
Somali don't even have a non-existent military. There's
Yeah.
only 20,000 of them.
exactly. Let's take it.
Now it's going to be back to the other days.
And you reckon the world will allow just the...
Of course they will.
Well, they have allowed it before.
What's happened to Yemen? What's happened to Syria? Bro, are you sleeping
Are you
or what?
sleeping?
What's happening in the Middle East? Arab Spring.
Tell him,
What's
wallahi.
happened to Libya?
You know what? I'm gonna agree with you with this.
Bro, are you
Shake my
being
hand,
real?
wallahi. Shake my hand on that.
Yeah,
Wallahi.
what's happened to
Wallahi,
Libya?
The best form of
Yeah,
surveillance
I'm-
is your
I'm not
people,
fahmah,
the people itself. That's I go by that.
Really? Why are you guys there, man? Yeah, include the conversation.
Bring it here, bring it here.
Bring it here.
What's happened to the Middle East, man? Arab Spring. Why?
Why? We need armies.
No, we need an army eventually,
As
but I'm
soon as-
talking about solving our affairs.
Yeah, our
We don't
affairs.
need an
As
army
soon-
to solve our affairs. It's
No,
simple.
we can get contractors.
It's a social
though. We
problem.
can get contractors.
You need
Yeah, that's
Somalia.
what I did to you.
I'll get-
Am I going to need an army for the man in Somaliland? Well, I don't want to beef the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I want
I'll
to
get-
talk to the guy.
Listen, I'll
Army,
get
I don't
You
need an
said,
army.
you
I'll
said
get
Somalia, we're gonna fight
1,000.
Somalia.
No,
You
but
said
we're
that.
talking about fixing
Why
the
are
country.
you taking it there? You're not taking it to Somalia.
People who are more intelligent than me, they said, if you want peace, prepare for war.
Who said that?
That's a quote. That's a quote. That's a quote.
Sun Tzu.
I'm joking.
No way, you
I'm
don't
not-
know. Sun Tzu. Go to
No, but
Argentina. As an
it's a quote.
Argentina
It
side,
is
they
a
don't have an
quote.
army.
If you want peace, prepare for war.
Yeah, you need to be there.
Yeah, but if Somalia, if they don't have an army,
I'm not saying don't have an army. I'm saying the Somali
I
problem.
agree- I agree
the
with you on
Somali
that one.
problem is not that we need an army.
At
That
the
is
moment,
not.
yeah,
That shouldn't
we
be
need
in
that as
the
a backup.
equation.
At the moment, we do.
But he's
the
saying as a
moment we
backup. He's saying national security is at risk. And
Exactly.
you know what? Forget it.
Forget it.
And
Every country has a national
who's
security.
protecting our national security now?
Wait,
Al-Shabaab.
wait.
Denham. You know
This is
Denham?
where you're wrong. This is
Denham?
where you're wrong.
See? You
Listen,
don't even know who Denhams are.
this is where
And
you're
tell
wrong.
me-
I know it's
Wallahi,
this is
billahi.
where you're wrong. When America came to Somalia, did we have an army?
You know I learned today.
No.
Wallahi,
Did
I
they
learned
invade the
today. We
country?
didn't-
No. Mandem took them down.
Mandem
Mandem from the corner took them down. You don't need
yeah,
an
but
army.
there was no government.
Exactly. So why do you need the army? Why do you need the army? At the
I'm
moment,
talking
you
about
guys-
our affairs.
Every government has an army.
I'm not saying not to have an army. I'm saying to solve our problem, we do not need an army.
And then later on the army.
What you're saying, I totally agree with. First and foremost,
Bring the people
reconciliation.
together. Bring the people.
That's what I'm saying. You came late. You
Before,
came late.
yeah,
You came late.
I totally
You
agree
got
with that.
solutions.
I'm not gonna fight you. Wallahi, I'm Somali. If we're Somalis and you believe in this, not if you believe, no discussion. If you believe in it, I'm not gonna. I don't need an army. I need to sit down, buy you a coffee, maybe have a meal together, and we discuss and we talk and we negotiate. That's what we need. We don't need no
I don't think
army or
people our
gun.
age have an issue with Somalian and Squimada. It's just the old heads.
it's the olders.
It's the olders that have
Do
the
you-
issue.
Do you get the point?
Yeah, yeah.
We do need the army, but not right now.
Not now, not the civil problem, not the civil problem.
What's wrong with your intelligence thinking? Are you guys thinking right?
No.
وحرسك. Right now, Somalia. All right, one sec. Just give us 5 minutes. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up. 5 minutes.
No, I can't.
Let me just wrap it up.
This is very, very important.
So this Somali corner's not important, yeah?
No, 1 hour, bro. 1 hour.
Let me say last bit. Last bit.
Nah,
Alright, wrap it up. Alright, subscribe to Somali Corner. Yeah, that's it. Follow us. Inshallah. We'll record the rest of our
Content over everything. From your
Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. Listen.
And they have children. Where should the children go?
Well, it depends on the particular case. It's the children's interest should be uppermost.
Yes.
So sometimes it might be the man, and sometimes the woman.
Okay, that's a good answer. We would agree with that, right? But there was a famous story where a woman came to him about what happened. And she said to him, and he said to her, look, you know, you're getting divorced and so on. And she said to him, you know, this child